Friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be diving into one of Vulnhub machines, which is DriftingBlues 2. The link will be put into the video below so that you can download and play this machine on your own. This machine is not so difficult. However, following some sort of methodologies would be important. So without further ado, let's just get started. We can head over to Kali Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. And press enter, provide the password of my own machine. And the IP address of the target could be discovered as 158. As you know, the first IP address belongs to internal DHCP server of VirtualBox, and the second one is assigned to host machine. In my case, is Windows. So what are we going to do next? We should conduct port and surface scanning by Nmap. However, to save time of this video, I've already done that before. So now we can get out its result. As you can see over here, I took the options like SceneScan, the virtual scan, not virtual scan. This is default script scan. And this one, virtual scan, followed by the -P- to do the full range port scan. The last option of all is ON to output the result into this file. Although the IP address has been changed, after all, I re-imported this machine to record this video. From the Nmap scanning results, we can tell that the target has 1, 2, 3 open ports. Let's take a look at them one by one. The first one is 21, which is running FTP service or file transfer protocol, and also the virtual information Pro FTPD. However, the Nmap failed to retrieve its virtual number, and by its default script scanning option, we can tell that the target allows anonymous FTP login. Later, we need to check it out manually. And the second one is 22, which is running SSH service, and also the virtual information Open SSH, and also its corresponding virtual number 7.9 line. The last one is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the virtual information Apache 2. So what shall we do next? We need to enter the enumeration. However, where or which service should be enumerated first? As I mentioned in the other videos, if you have already followed my channel, you know this very well, right? If the target has file sharing service running, for instance, FTP service, NFS service, or Samba service, such service or services should be enumerated first. In this case, we should begin with FTP, right? So how to enumerate? Since we failed to get its virtual number, we just, however, the default, by its default script scanning, we know that this target allows anonymous login. You can use client tool like FTP or FTP, LFTP, to connect to the target. And sometimes we need to try different approaches. But in most cases, the FTP can work without a problem. Okay? And we can specify the IP address of a target. Maybe I can make the font to be bigger. Sorry. We can connect to the target again. The username is anonymous. Anonymous. And no password. Okay, we are in. Now we can use command ls with options of ALH to list directory content. Just one file. We can download this file using command get secret. You can use tab key on the keyboard to automatically complete the file name. Press enter. So next we need to check whether we have permission to upload the file to the target. Okay, so to do that, we can create test file locally, like test, hello, something like that, test. And then we can use command put to upload the file to the target. Put test. Transfer complete. So I think we can know the target allows us to upload file. Okay, and also we need to check to see whether we have a permission to change directories. For example, go to home directory. However, we got a 550 error. So I think up to this point we have already completed FTP enumeration. Sorry, not yet. We need to analyze this picture because this file name is secret. Maybe we need to see whether there is any kind of hidden message inside this picture. And we need to use different commands or utilities to do that. The first one is active2 and secret. So this command will retrieve all metadata of this file. Okay, so now it's done. Let's scroll up. We need to look for something suspicious, for example, like password or credentials or something else. But we cannot find any interesting information, right? Next, I'd like to launch stick hide extract option, SF secret, no passphrase, couldn't extract any data without a passphrase. So how about stick seek secret? Of course, I'd like to emphasize this is my methodology or my approach when I analyze the image. And also, I like to launch binwalk to see whether we can extract a file from this picture, but nothing here. So maybe although the name is implying something, however, it's a bit or some sort of a rabbit hole to some extent. Okay, so now what can we do next? It's time to enumerate web application both manually and automatically. Let's fire up the browser to do the automatic enumeration. Before we do that, oh yes, we can do, no problem. And we can specify the IP address of the target into the address bar. So nothing here. So no what allowed. Anyway, we can check its source code. Very simple HTML markup or HTML code. Next, oh, what am I doing? And next, we need to check whether this side has no buffer file, not found. Then next, we can launch Ligto to do the automatic enumeration. You know, I always use Ligto to start web enumeration. automatically. And here you can get something like version information. Fantastic. I think Nikita has already found block, and this block is running WordPress installations or applications. So no problem. We can, maybe before we try to use the browser to manually check this directory, we can take this opportunity to launch a GoBuster to conduct directory enumeration, right? And we can use option of W to specify the word list. I always use DriftingBlues as my first word list, although sometimes we need to try or need to combine different word list, but this word list is enough for most cases. Excuse me. Back. Press enter. In the meantime, we can go over to browser and access this directory block. It's loaded. However, from the page or this site doesn't seem to be loaded completely. And we can check its source code. We need to put this host name to the host file. We can copy and paste over here. So this is the host name. We need to append this. We can append and the host name. Use pipe operator to command T with option for A, which stands for append hosts. No problem. So if we go back to the browser and refresh this site, and this time we can got completely loaded or rendered page. So cross-cut saw, I don't know what it is, but this doesn't affect our lab or penetration testing. So I think this directory is running WordPress application, and now we need to check whether the GoBuster can find anything else. If not, I think we can launch wpscan to perform particular enumeration with WordPress application, right? So I think to save time, we can go to another tab to specify this command with option of --URL and HTTP. Again, here, if you use the domain name as a target, and I don't know why this will take a bit longer time than we use the IP address. Okay, for example, blues box blog, and with option of -E option, and U means username, P stands for plugins, and we need to check whether we can. Okay, it's done. Has already identified the user Albert. Great. So next, we can use the same utility to brute force its password. Okay, Albert. Let me autocomplete this command. So this time, I use the domain name or host name to conduct brute forcing. You can see what's going on. Oh, I think this time it's behaving normally. However, when I did this machine the first time, you know, using IP address as a target would be more, would be less time consuming than using domain name. I think this machine is very perfect for beginner. Okay, it's done. Just about 1 minute. In about 1 minute, the valid combinations have been found by wpscan utility, and then we can copy. So do you know what we have to do next? We need to use this credential excuse me, to log into the administrators panel of WordPress. So let me, and always the directory name, the default directory name for login is wp admin. Okay, and the username is Albert. The password we can copy it from notebook, paste in here, click login button. So administration email verification. So if you can see this kind of window, we know the current user is administrator. So what we need to do next, we need to upload our web shell to the target, and there will be different approaches. I think I've already made a very good summary about different approaches. Sometimes we need to try to use different approach until you can upload web shell to the target, okay, successfully. The easiest way is to go to appearance and go to sim editor section, understand, and you can locate 404 template file. We can remove original code entirely, and then we can go to the terminal. You can, of course, this is the PHP reverse shell file, which you can get it from many sources like Pentest Monkey website. After you download this file from the internet, then you need to do some modifications. For example, here, change this to meet your own lab environment. And also, if you want, if you wish, you also can change this port number, and the listener will be listening on this port number, or the reverse shell will be trying to connect back to this port number. Okay, I've already done everything, so now we can copy the entire code. Copy, selection, and paste in here. Click update file. We can, we can get the message of success. File edit successfully. Next, we need to access this file. However, the question is where to find it. And let me show you my way. You can go to the source code and find WordPress content path. Maybe we can, this one. We can copy everything from beginning to the name of sim. Okay, in our case, the sim is 2021. We can copy and paste it over here, and then is the actual file name of our 404. Okay. Now, before we access this file or hit enter key, we need to set up the listener on the continuous waiting for collection from the target. Press enter. So from the status on the top, we can tell we are successful. Okay, fantastic. We have already got collection from the target, although this is not the best shell. No problem, we can use Python to upgrade. Python 2 is running on the target. Then we can import pty module and call its method spawn. Okay, this is much better. We can get the username followed by the host name or machine name. Next, I can export or define the environment variable term. Then we can clear screen when necessary to get a bigger space or to get a bigger room on the screen. For example, I can run command clear. Okay, so next we need to do some kinds of local enumeration. We can go to the home directory, just one normal user Freddy. We can cd to its home directory Freddy. No problem, we have permission, and then we can grab the user flag without any problem. And also above this user flag file, we can notice there is SSH directory. Always this directory contains a public key, so we can go inside. We have permission. Now, even besides the public key and authorized key, we can see there is private key. We can cut out this private key. So great, you know, unexpected discovery. Of course, this is caused by misconfiguration of this, misconfiguration by this machine. We can copy the entire private key and we can create it locally on the canonics. Paste in here, right, and quit. We need to change its mode to use it properly. Then we can SSH to the target with private key Freddy. IP address of the target. Oh, use option of -i to specify the private key. Press enter. Are you sure you want to continue connecting? Yes, I trust the target or this machine. As you can see, we are in the target. So let me press keys Control, Shift, and L to clear the screen. I think it's much better. We have really got the biggest room on the screen. Next, we can run command ALH. Next, we need to, of course, also we can check its kernel. I think this kernel is vulnerable, but I'm not going to take kernel level exploit to elevate privilege. Next, I'd like to run command sudo with option of -l to see whether this user can run sudo. Yes, this user does have such privilege. or command nmap. So I think without password of root user, so I think we can utilize the nmap to elevate privilege, and we can get its method to do on the website of CTF Obins. I used this website a lot through my my engagements, my penetration testing, and we can try. There are two possible ways, and we can try this approach. Will not work. Okay, so I'd like to use this way. As you know, this command mktemp, this command is to create temporarily file. Okay, we can paste in here. Okay, and then we can run the second command or write this shell command os dot execute and save into this file. Okay, so no problem. And then we can run this command to elevate our privilege. It works. So now, however, this shell has some, some problems. For example, if you run ID, we cannot see ID command itself on the screen. Anyway, the result of the ID command is retrieved without problem. For example, if you run command pwd, okay, as you can see now we are in the home directory of the user Freddy, and now we need to navigate to root directory cd root. Oh, I got an error. cd / root, no problem. And then we can run ls command. Then we can grab the root flag. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye.